How's everybody doing? So, we got a couple videos to cover from the Discord that were requested. So, pretty excited about this. You could see them up on the screen over there. Yeah, right there. See them all. Anyway, those are what we are going to be covering today. Not sure how much of each one we're going to cover. Not sure how we're going to do it. We're just going to do it. So, we're gonna get into all of those right there. See, I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. All right. Like I said, this is so we're starting now. Here's what we got to start out with. I'm gonna go reverse order, I guess. And my other screen already crashed. Wow. Good job on the 4 seconds that you made it into the. Usually I can at least make it a half, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, I gotta get a new computer. That's that is. All right. We're gonna start in reverse order. We got I am begging you to listen to this warning from God for our too long, man. Too long of a title. All right. You got to simplify. All right. Just listen to this warning from God and just go from there. You don't have to add I'm begging you. Come on, man. Grow. First of all, don't be begging. That just audiences don't. I don't think audiences don't like that. You know what I mean? They don't like a beggar. As far as a content creator, I don't think anyway, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people do like that sort of thing now. This is an hour and 13 minutes, so we're not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I was hoping we could get into the meat of it. Do we have chapters in this? Where are the chapters listed? It doesn't matter. All right, here we go. Just gonna maximize this sucker. Let's do this. He's got a firehouse. I don't get it. What is it with the firehouse bulletproof vest thing? Is it like he's like, oh, I'm bulletproof from hellfire? Is that what this is supposed to be? This blocks all the hellfire bullets or something. I don't know. What's so stupid? They look so weird sitting in your studio. Wearing a bulletproof vest, like you just seem like the weakest scaredy cat ever, dude. Holy Lord.
Hillary Clinton was anointed to be next. She was talking about what she was going to do with the Supreme Court justices, okay? And she was going to push that feminist agenda. And we see men are bad and the nuclear family is bad. And they're telling everybody to be gay and they're telling everybody to get abortions while Muslims are over there doing what? Being fruitful and multiplying and taking over the world. And they're the number one growing religion in the world.
Holy shit, man. That was so much crazy packed into how did I start it on just the absolute batshittery that is? Wow. Oh my God. Okay. There's so much to cover in that one sentence. All right. We got it's crazy just to hear how they think about everything. And it's funny too, because I know how they think. I used to think like this. This was my I always think those were my thoughts at one point, so I know how they think. But the funny thing is, a lot of times they would just automatically call, if you said that they said this, to be like, that's not what we're nice straw man. Okay. Oh yeah, we just think you're trying to make everybody get that's not what we're saying. We're just saying it's a sin. No, he's literally saying it that they're trying. Wow, that is a face I froze on. That is terrifying. Oh my gosh, this looks like a creature from a Stephen King movie right here. Anyway, wow, that is distracting. My God, I feel Kevin. I can barely concentrate. Now that face really threw me. Anyway, the fuck were we talking about? Anyway, okay, I'm going back.
Tone for a lot of things, especially because we're a melting pot of so many different people, right? And so Hillary Clinton was anointed to be next.
She was anointed to be next.
She was talking about
even though she was anointed to be next, but didn't get it.
what she was going to do with the Supreme Court justices, okay?
Yeah.
And she was going to push that feminist agenda. And we see
damn feminist agenda that is, you know, women having the same rights as men and stuff. Crazy.
Men are bad, and then
nope, that's not really okay. I mean, I will. I shouldn't be being. I shouldn't be this charitable, but I'm gonna be for the sake of this. There is like what I guess would be called first wave feminism, and funnily enough, it kind of includes like what seems like TERFs and shit. These weirdos that are you know, the Harry Potter lady and people like that, right? And that's they kind of are like anti-man, right? Like, which is just weird. But it's like, you know, in a lot of you know, feminists since the first wave, which I don't I don't know the time periods as far as the waves go. I don't know how long a wave lasts. I have no idea. You know, I don't know if it breaks with a big foam at a bunch of foam at the I don't know. I don't know how long the waves. I don't know anything about that. But I've heard a lot of criticism of first wave feminism because it was just sort of like the the sin of having a penis, basically, which is kind of plays into why they hate trans women so much, you know, because it's like it's not a because they just ain't meant. They literally do. But that's not what's happening here. That's not what Hillary Clinton was talking about. That's so not anything. And the ironic part is he would probably agree with those people quite a bit because of their mutual hate for trans people. But anyway,
nuclear family is bad.
Nobody said the nuclear family is bad. It's so weird when you have somebody saying like, hey, other families should be able to exist too and have the same rights and you know, be treated the same under the law and everything like that. And they're like, oh, so you hate the nuclear family? See, they hate the nuclear family. Like, so if you say like, oh, gay people should be able to have a family and still be recognized as a family and still be able to adopt kids and still be able to, you know, do all the things that like straight couples can do, right? If you say that, like, oh, you just hate the nuclear family. You don't hate anybody, man. We're just saying that they can be a family too. You don't always have a family. Isn't this one tiny narrow thing? It seems like they're the ones that hate everybody that's not the nuclear family. And so they, I guess, just assume that it works the same way, the opposite direction, but it doesn't.
And they're telling everybody to be gay, and they're
not telling anybody to be gay. Holy Lord. See how much stupid is in this one sentence? Okay. Nobody's telling everybody they have to be gay. How the hell would you? It's like, talk about not knowing anything about what other people believe. You know what I mean? Because this dude it's like he's never even talked to somebody that doesn't exactly believe what he believes. But no, we're just saying if you are gay, be gay, you know, not saying that you should be gay if you're not gay, because that's weird. And we know people can't just up and decide to be gay or whatever, you know what I mean? I guess unless maybe like you're bisexual and you're just like, and I'm going to turn the other half off. Like, I'm just going to decide not to be, you know, not to be do any of the straight kind of sex ever again or something. But nobody says to be gay. This is so weird. We're just saying it's okay to be gay, you know? And if you are gay, you deserve dignity and rights and everything else, you know, same as everybody else. You're like, oh, they're saying everybody has to be gay. No, they're not.
Everybody to get abortions.
Nobody's saying everybody has to get abortions. I don't know where he's getting that one. That's weird, you know? Like, you know what you should do? You know what's really fun? Really fun. It's just a good time, you know? Go have an abortion, right? That is just a good time for all, man. You know, you get to sit in that chair with your legs. Well, anyway, I won't describe the position there because it'd probably be too inappropriate. But no, nobody's saying like go get an abortion just because it's fun. Like, we're saying if you don't want to have kids, please don't have kids if you don't want to. You know, that's what we're saying. Please don't have kids if you don't want to have kids. You know, the kid usually figures that out in the worst ways possible a lot of times as they get older. So, you know, just only have the kids you want to have, please.
Muslims are over there doing what? Being fruitful and multiplying and taking over the world, and they're the number one growing religion in the world. Please just be patient, bear with me as I get through this.
I'm trying, but the sentence that you said was really stupid, you know, a lot of wrongness all in one sentence.
I believe personally, Hillary Clinton had all the accolades. She was the wife of the first president who was pretty popular back in the day.
Pretty popular. I mean, it was Bill Clinton, dude. Everybody loved that guy. Okay. He was like a Southern guy, so all the Republicans loved him. He had that accent, and he just was very, very cool.
And so it was almost like give
till he got a blowjob. Then everybody freaked out, right? Even though, and then they impeached him for getting a blowjob, even though Trump has done way worse and bragged about doing way worse, and they're just like, yeah, that's fine, yeah. But blowjob from somebody who's not your wife, impeach him. They should not be allowed to lead if they're not sexually moral or whatever.
And like it was guaranteed she was going to go after Obama, but for whatever reason, Trump got in there and he said, I'm going to run, and nobody thought he was going to win, and he won, and he started pushing back on some of this stuff, right? Notice we're not the transgenders out of the military, the men in the women's bathroom, all that.
Oh my God. Sorry about that, y'all. Trigger warning. I guess I should have known with this guy. You know what? Anytime there's the person in their YouTube studio with a bulletproof vest on, trigger warning. Okay, just saying. Just automatic. If they look like this guy, if they're dressed like him, trigger warning, because they're probably going to say some type of bigoted shit.
Stuff has died down since Trump won again. But what we cannot do.
What's died down? What do you mean? What?
Is a lot.
Oh, just what people. So he's saying like, it was good to fire thousands of people just for being who they are, which is just people that he doesn't like. And that's it. So you should just be able to fire people because they live in a way that you disagree with. Jesus Christ.
What Obama and the LGBTQ community did to happen with Muslims in America.
What? Hold on. I don't think he said that sentence right. Hold
back on some of this stuff, right? Is allow what Obama and the LGBTQ community did to happen with Muslims in America.
Is allow. Okay, I'm not even going to go back. I have no idea what the fuck he's saying there.
We can't do it, church. We cannot do it. This is an antichrist movement, antichrist army. If you want to get all into the biblical studying of it, you know, people will talk about Abraham and the son that he had with Hagar and all that. I'm just telling you.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I think what he's referring to is, you know, the Muslims or whatever, and they, I guess in the Bible there's the Isaac and Ishmael, and when his wife wasn't able to get pregnant, she suggested, why don't you have sex with the slave girl, you know, since you own her and everything. Of course, none of that like, did anybody get the consent of this young lady? Of course not. But nobody even focuses on that. They're just like, you know, but she had the Muslim race or whatever, the Muslim culture came out of the Ishmael or whatever, because Ishmael was born from that union, and then surprise, the old lady was actually able to get pregnant still, and then they had Isaac, and that is why Muslims and the Israelites hate each other and have ever since, because of that. Yeah, I don't think that's true, but you know, whatever. And the weird thing is, in the Quran, there's actually that same story, except that Ishmael is the real one. It's flipped. It's like the same story, but it's Ishmael that was the legitimate one, and Isaac was the illegitimate one. That's what I've heard anyway. I got to double check on that if anybody knows more about that, but. I was just having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they had brought that up. Thought it was kind of interesting. How's everybody doing? You doing okay? Hold on, my one computer crashed, so I gotta head back over here. How's everybody doing? Doing okay? Y'all feeling good? You're looking good. really nice looking group of people over here. You know, it's so nice to be able to just look out at all 13 of you, the dozen. It's, you know, it's a baker's dozen of people, and you look great. Pandora's Pinata one. Said, first, please hold your applause. Oh, sorry. Okay, my bad. You know, never mind. I was going to forget it. I'm not gonna. Andrew was second. How you doing? How you doing, Andrew? Said, oh, nice. By the way, I emailed you. Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me, because I do forget to check my email. I forget everything. Okay, I don't know if that comes through. And we got Worm Food. Hey, Worm Food, how we doing, dude? Doing all right? Looking good. Looking like a bunch of worms. That's right. After they had eaten somebody. Yeah, that's where we're going. And Drazilla's here. Hey, Drazilla, how you doing? What's up? Oh, so just to throw this out there. Tomorrow, we're going to do a members only live stream, and we are going to be covering mostly Gina, right? So that's going to, if you want, you know, to hang out and mess around reacting to Gina, we're doing it tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, tomorrow at 4:00, same as usual, but it's a members only stream. And then Thursday, we'll be back to our regular, what seems to be like the most watched. Is there like nothing else going on Thursdays? Is that what it is? Because like got a lot of views on Thursdays. Pretty cool. Who else we got here? Ember. Hey Ember, how you doing? But I'm here. Sorry I'm late. We can start now. No, I was late, so you're good. You know, we probably started it around the same time. It's cool. And we got 20. How you doing, 20? Wait, 20 go to 10? Is that what 20 go to 10? Anyway, how you doing? I'm just gonna call you 20 if that's cool. Just for sure. I mean, it's kind of a cool name actually. Right? Somebody being named 20. And that's 20. That's Pinky, right? This is Broski. I'm running out of names that I can think of. Broski. What even was that? Doesn't make sense. It's not even a good like pretending to be a name. You know. Anyway, what else we got here? Oh, Rainbow Ash. How you doing, Rainbow? Doing okay? Oh yeah. All right. I think that's it. Let's see. Like I said, it was just a baker's dozen's worth of. Oh wait, no. my mind went AWOL. It's here. What's going on? Hey, what's up? Got Austin. Okay, we got a couple new people. How y'all doing? My mind went AWOL. Hey, let me know pronouns if you know, if you think of it. But if you don't provide them, then don't get mad if I if I mess up, because I don't know. I can't tell from the little tiny circles with your, you know, either your face or the face of a cartoon. I don't know. It just depends. Baba, how you doing, dude? Doing all right? Good. Oh yeah. What else we got here? And that's it. All right. Yeah, we're good to go. Ready? Here we go.
What I know, what I feel in my spirit, that this small percentage of the community, they're telling you just focus on Israel when the Jews are running everything. And then what I feel in my spirit is like, watch out for this. We cannot allow this man, all right, who's running for mayor in New York to become mayor. And I'm going to show you what's going on in the rest of the world. Some of you don't want to see it, but
we cannot allow. Wow. Okay. What if people just vote for him and he gets in there? Then are you still going to not allow it?
People have been telling us what they're going to do. They've been showing us, like, I don't understand. Like, people are so brainwashed. You have to love the truth. Kamala Harris.
Oh my God, dude. It's so funny. Like listening to this guy like talk about other people being brainwashed. He's got like the American flag in the background, right over an open flame too. That's probably not that smart. I mean, actually, it could end up being really funny. You know, and he would have to arrest himself probably for the rules that he loves, because I'm pretty sure he said that you should be able to get arrested for burning a flag, so that would just be funny. But he's also got the Firehouse bulletproof vest. You know, his Nike hat. The hat's fine. There's nothing wrong. I don't know why I brought up that hat. I don't care about that. But then he's the guy that like teared up to like Trump quotes and stuff. Like, he's completely nuts.
Obama, all of these people talked about they were going to bomb Iran if Iran tried to get nukes because of their religious ideologies of converting the whole world to Islam. It's so radical. They don't think they should have nukes. I would think that would be common sense.
Do you want to convert everybody to Christianity, dude? How is that any different? So if there was a Christian nation somewhere, you think that they should be bombed for also including the belief in their religion that they want to convert everybody, when that's what the come on, man.
And you know what? A lot of you don't care until the false prophet media tells you to care.
The false prophet media. Nice. Now it's good. Are you trying to coin that? Is that is that going to be like the new fake news? Oh my God, watch that catch on. I'm making a joke now, but watch. That's right, the false prophecy media. That's what they're gonna, and it just ends up blowing up across all the goddamn it.
Obama had the case.
It's like it. I want it to be a joke, but I'm like scared to make jokes like that because you know what? It just keeps on happening. The jokes become real in this universe for some reason.
Just Obama deported so many families, and you didn't care. You didn't even think about it until the media said, "Hey,
what the fuck?" No, wow, dude. It shows how much you know. All right. No, everybody went against him on that, dude. Like that was like it was like that, and the war stuff that he did was like the two really awful things that the left and the Democrats have criticized him for like forever. That's a lot of times if you're talking to a leftist and somebody talks about how good Obama is, like that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. Like he deported like tons of people. His immigration policies were awful. Like that's like one of the first things that
you need to care about it because Trump is doing this. And think about it. Everything connects. When they were saying just open the borders and let everybody in.
It doesn't. Everything doesn't connect. If you start to believe that, dude, you go get your head checked. Because that's when you become insane.
And we knew
that it's all connected. Oh my God, we got to get a push button in yarn sport that I could put all my pictures on and have the yarn and all this.
That some of these radical Islam people were coming in at the border. And by the way, you can't do this in any other country.
Wait, the radical Islam people were coming in at the border. So it's the religion of the people coming in that's a problem.
And now we're talking about sleeper cells in America. Church, I'm telling you right now what is coming. And Trump.
It's really weird when you call your YouTube audience church. Is this do you have like a digital church? That would be really funny if he did.
Whether God uses the foolish things to confound, why Trump need to humble himself, and his spiritual advisors need to get in the spirit.
Trump will never humble himself. Okay. Of all the things like that, that I think you're wrong about, you're the most wrong about Trump humbling himself. I don't care if your God wants it or not. Never going to happen.
And they need to tell him to humble himself. They need
definitely don't tell him to do it. He'll not humble himself harder if you tell him to do it, dude.
Need to tell him to fall on his face and pray, because
definitely not doing that. First of all, if he fell on his face, I don't know if he'd get back up ever again. Just full stop. His bones would shatter if he fell. He's pretty tall. That's a long fall. That's like 6 feet worth of a fall for his head. Anyway, his knees, just a couple feet, but for his head, that's like 6 feet. That's a lot.
This is bad. And if I was Donald Trump, I would get behind Eric.
What's up, the trusty ape? How you doing, man?
Adams, and make sure that this man does not become mayor of New York, one of the biggest cities in America. We cannot allow what happened.
Trump falling in Trusty Ape said that's literally from a Tom Clancy novel. With Trump falling and shattering. I actually really want to read that one. Can you put that on my book list? Go into Discord, suggest that. I need to read that book now because I really would love a nice Tom Clancy description. He's very descriptive of Trump shattering as he falls from the 6 feet high, especially his head shattering. That'd be great.
In the UK and all the
it's a joke, YouTube. It was a joke. Okay, lighten up, relax.
Belgium and all these other European countries to start happening here in America, whether we're allowing these people to come in at the border and we're allowing these people to get in position of power. So I'm about to play some clips.
You're allowing these people. Who the fuck? Who is allowed? Like, what are you talking? Like, this is our system. People get voted into things. It's a mayoral race. Like, why? Here's what I really don't understand. And everybody is freaking out about this guy. I haven't really covered him much. But because it's just so political, you know, but like a mayoral rate, like why is everybody freaking out? He's a mayor of a city in a state. He's not even a governor or anything. Like he's not. It's such a small thing, but like they're so freaked out about it because he's Muslim, he's not white, and he's a democratic socialist, and proudly so. You know, and so that freaks them out. They're all, of course, calling them communists because they can't ever be honest about somebody else's position, especially when they're a democratic socialist. They're just automatic commie because they don't know what anything means. They don't know the distinctions between this stuff. And usually they're just like, but they'll end up being a commie. Okay. It evolves. All right. Anytime that you start out as a democratic socialist, you know, if you if you give them any amount of power, they evolve like a Pokemon into a communist. That's how it's got to go. It's you know, so that's why you don't give them the power, right? Because then they won't evolve. They just stay at the democratic socialist level.
For you guys, all right, and you can pray about it. You can say, "Oh, it's no big deal," you know. I think some of you.
It's also God. In God we trust. Pocket. I guess on his it's got little pockets in there on his bulletproof so you know it's nice. It's got a utility, a built-in utility belt. Little pockets.
Can't see the truth because you just don't like Trump. That's it.
No, that's not what that's so weird that they have to do that. You just don't like Trump, like and that's it. Like there's reasons for why we don't like Trump. It's not that we just are like we just don't like him because we just don't like him. Like we don't like what he stands for. He's harmful. He's heartless. He's cruel. He's a shit person. You know. But no, you just don't like him. I hate when they do that shit because it's just like, nah, man. And they'll call it like Trump derangement syndrome. And it's like, are you serious? Like the only people that seem deranged as it applies to Trump are people like you. They like tear up when he just says his nonsense. About what it wasn't even. I know I always bring that up, but it really wasn't anything like even patriotic. It was just Trump doing like his tight five that he usually does when he gets on his in his rallies and stuff.
And you got to understand that's feelings. That's not being in the spirit. I don't like Trump. I don't like his personality. I don't like the way he talked. I'm pretty sure they didn't like King Cyrus. I'm pretty sure they didn't like King Nebuchadnezzar.
So he's basically saying, he's saying, if you don't like Trump, that's just not being in the spirit. Because, you know, if you were like actually in the spirit, you would love Trump. Okay. That's what the Holy Spirit does to people.
But God raises up kings and he tears them down. God is in full control. Look at this. I
mean, unless they're anybody that you don't like, then God didn't put them there. They were put there by Satan. Like, especially when you're talking about like a mayoral race where this dude won. That means God put him there. God allowed him to win that election in New York. Right? Like, but no, but we can't allow Muslims to gain power or whatever, especially democratic socialist Muslims, right? You can't allow that. But God puts people in power when it's the people that I want in power, like Trump.
2025, 9.3% of adults now claim to be LGBTQ. Generation Z, 22.7%. Think about what I'm saying. So when Obama opened the door with that legislation, they were successful in their mission with pushing these ideologies and agendas that now that next generation, the percentages went up. And that next generation is going to be your senators and your aldermen and your mayors and your governing officials. And some of these kids have been so brainwashed by the universities. Like you see the interviews. right? They just, oh, I just hate Israel because they tell me to hate Israel. And listen,
That's it. Yeah, everybody just said they hate Israel because they're just telling me to. The media. Are you fucking dumb? What media is telling them to hate Israel? I haven't seen any mainstream media, any media at all, other than like, you know, leftists like Left Tube or Bread Tube, or whatever you want to call it, like independent journalists and stuff that are saying like, hey, these are atrocities that these people are doing. Everybody else, you know, including like CNN and MSNBC, a lot of these, but they're all just like kissing Israel's ass. What are you talking about, man? It's so hard to get any kind of criticism of what Israel is doing from any kind of mainstream source. You know, a lot, like we were just watching a thing where it was saying they were talking about how they were trying to get it on the BBC, right? And there was like a they had it was already filmed and everything, and it was a video criticizing Israel, right, for all of the, you know, the atrocities that they've done, and it like followed a particular Palestinian family and kind of showed over the course of time like how, you know, what's going on there, you know, what it's like over there for these people, and they were like, the BBC was like, okay, well, if we're going to cover this, then we need to find something. We need to both sides of this, right? So we need to find a Israeli family that was going through basically the same thing, right? And then once we do that, then we can release both of them, and then you can see that, hey, this war is just bad for families, whether you're an Israeli family or a Palestinian family. Well, guess what they couldn't find? Yeah, an Israeli family that was treated as poorly as the Palestinian family. And so guess what happened? They literally just scrapped the movie that they already made because they couldn't both sides it. Instead of just be like, oh, well then maybe this is a little bit lopsided here, you know? Maybe the Palestinian family's doing a little bit worse. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's what's happening. You know, no, you got to just, no, we're just scrap it since we can't find the exact same thing on the opposite side. But no, yeah, it's the fucking media, though. The media. And that was the BBC. So, anyway, like, there's no mainstream media support for Palestine, dude.
Said in the other video, I'm not defending everything they do, but it's like basic truth. Oh, I'm pro-Palestine, but they would kill you over there for being who you are. And they don't even know facts.
Who the fuck are you talking about, dude? Oh, they would kill you over there for being who you are. Who am I? What, for me being an atheist or something? Okay. So, like, first of all, we don't know that. And I'm pretty sure there's atheists that are in Palestine. As far as I understand, there are like secular people there. Anyway, yeah, but this is what they have to do to vilify this, you know, these people that are being like literally bombed out of existence, and no, with no pushback. You know, the shit. Anyway, I don't want to go off and do it, but it's really frustrating that they even call this shit a war, because it doesn't seem to feel like a war at all. It feels like an extermination, because that's really what it is. But
it's such a strong delusion. And so before we play the video, let me show you this. And
before we show the video, hold on. Just wait a second.
No, I'm sweating in here because the AC doesn't get to my office.
Oh, that's why. I was so paying attention to your sweat. And I'm so glad you clarified.
Gave my mom the office with the AC and stuff. But Muslim mayors in the UK, Canada, Australia. Numerous UK cities have Muslim mayors or have had Muslim mayors, all right? Including London, Birmingham, Leeds, Blackburn, Sheffield.
Birmingham is in Alabama, dude. Don't even know what I get.
Oxford, Luton, Oldham, and Rochdale, okay? Canada, all right? They've had a couple. Australia, USA, we've had 2, all right?
It's the second most popular religion on the planet, dude. Yeah, you're going to have some people with political power.
This is growing. What is the fastest growing religion in the world? According to multiple studies, Pew Research, World Economic Forum, Islam is the world's fastest growing major religion, growing faster than any other, largely due to high fertility rates and a younger population. Here in America, what are they telling you? everybody needs to be gay, and homosexuality is on the rise with Generation Z. Nobody wants to get married no more. The men hate the women hate the man. The Bible tells us to be fruitful and multiply, and the whole time they're over there doing what the Bible says, and they're growing and they're having children, and over here they're telling you it's bad to be a mom, it's bad to be a homemaker.
No, just can't afford it. Just can't afford it, man. That's it. Get mad at capitalism. It's like all of this stuff is like you could easily blame on capitalism. Holy shit. It's incredible. Like people can't afford kids anymore, man. Like you have to have two, like in a house, in a household, like you have to have both people working in the household to I live in Florida. You absolutely have to have two people working. And if I was looking at like there were rooms for rent that I came across, and dude, they want to charge like $1,000 just for a room, and this is under the where you're not even allowed to have like friends come over, right? You can't have friends come over and stuff. You can't have anybody come over and stay the night. You have a shared kitchen with the people. It's just people that rent out rooms. $1,000 to rent a room. That's insane. But yeah. And they're like, why are people having kids? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's crazy. Jesus. Maybe it's like we keep on just ceding everything to these billionaire CEO fucks that just want to keep piling on the money onto everything they've got while they keep cutting what everybody else gets.
That's misogyny, all of this nonsense. And when you look at it from a bigger picture, the macro level, you see what the devil is doing.
All right, Bobby's here. We can wrap it then. Actually, so we're good. Yeah, we can actually. You know what? We're gonna shut her down. Yeah, let's call it off. Thanks for coming, Bobby. Just
Between 2010 and 2020, the Muslim population grew about 347 million more than any other religious group.
Groups. Hopefully corrected that. What's up, Damien? How you doing, dude?
Christians remain the largest religion, 2.3 billion as of 2020. But
I don't know. Why does he have Firehouse on the bed? I thought that maybe it was like a Firehouse, like Hellfire, like blocking Hellfire or something, but that doesn't really, I feel like it would say that, right? Like Hellfire, bulletproof vest, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you know what it might be. It's some kind of Christian bulletproof vests company that he supports or something.
Share of global
I'll wear it on my podcast like a fucking scaredy cat weirdo.
Population dropped as Islam share rose. Pew projections indicate that about 2050, the global Muslim population, approximately 2.8 billion, may near or surpass the Christian population of 3 billion.
I mean, you're neck and neck playing it wide. So yeah, I mean, as far as I could tell, and it's been that way for a long time. I don't know why he's like acting like this is so earth shattering. It's a popular religion, dude. It's another evangelical religion like yours. If the basis of your religion is that your religion needs to spread, guess what ends up happening? It spreads, because that's how things like that work.
It's so clear to me what's happening, bro. It's so clear. These people are going to try to put Sharia law. Now, I gave you some.
These people are going to try to put Sharia law. That's the end of the sentence. Then he just moves on. Put Sharia law what, in a box? Like what the fuck? Where are they going to put it? I know where you can put it.
Facts.
And if you want to put it up your butt, I think that was that. I hope that came through. I don't know if that was. Not sure if that's where if you got that. I'll go to AdamandEve.com. Enter that code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to AdamandEve.com. Enter code word Brentley. All right. Jesus.
I wish I could go deeper, but I know people don't have patience, and we're already.
And if you have patience and like to go deeper, just go to AdamandEve.com. I should have waited for the deeper part, and then I could anyway. All right, but you get it. You know what I'm saying.
13 minutes in. So sometimes you just got to see it. All right. So I just got video that I've collected. And, you know, sometimes people, they're not going to hear what I'm saying. They're not going to hear the warnings. If I was President Trump, I would get behind Eric Adams, put the finances behind Eric Adams. And listen, what's going to happen is going to happen eventually, but that doesn't mean it needs to happen now.
Ever says, anybody see my box of law? My bucket of law. That's there.
When we got Trump in instead of Kamala Harris, all you need to know is look at
Kamala Harris. Like, why is it so hard for these idiots to pronounce somebody's name correctly?
June, which is supposed to be Pride Month. And look at the difference in this Pride Month between the Pride months when Biden was in.
What's up, Brett? How you doing? I mean, yeah, Trump has terrorized people. I mean, he's basically pushed for like stochastic terrorism and shit because he just, you know, he sees how insane y'all get because people that are different from you exist. Yeah, and every single time that Trump gets in office or some kind of fascist gets in office, it emboldens all the psychos. And we're seeing that. We're seeing the psychos emboldened. Right. And so, yeah, I mean, I think we're a little bit more cautious when it comes to like having parades and stuff for Pride Month because of that. And it's really sick, honestly, and sad that is a result of what's happening. Also, y'all are so like crazy about everything. You boycott everything. If anybody just even mentions gayness being a thing that exists or trans people being a group of people that exist, like you'll just like boycott the whole company. A trans woman like drank a beer one time and you're like, oh my God, we have to boycott Bud Light. Nobody drank it. And then they got so proud of their like forcing the revenue or whatever of Bud Light to decline. And they're like, yay, our bigotry works. It's like, y'all are fucking sad. Holy shit.
It's clearly a difference. All of that stuff is kind of toned down a little bit. If Kamala had won, it would have been more crazy. And Kamala is really just the Hillary Clinton replacement. And so for those of you who've never heard me say this before, they strategically had the first black president push the gay agenda. Hillary Clinton was supposed to push the feminist agenda. She was supposed to select the Supreme Court justices, get liberal Supreme Court justices, so that when Christian businesses were getting sued by LGBTQ couples, they would lose those cases when they would go to the Supreme Court. But God allowed Trump to win. He selected the Supreme Court justices. That made all these liberal people mad because they wanted to take Christians to court. They wanted to make you bow down to the golden statue. All right. And so, boom, they came with five.
What the fuck? Trump literally had a golden statue made of. Wow, dude. My God. These people are so fucking delusional. Did you just hear all that? And he's saying it like, oh, they were supposed to. Obama was their antichrist devil mission was to sue Christian couples and Christian business owners for being bigots. But that didn't happen. And now we got all these ultra bigots up in the Supreme Court. And that's why, and God is good. God is good. Because the Supreme Court is just completely taken over by fucking Christo-fascist nutbags.
In the big name, because they couldn't bring Obama, right? Let's bring the guy who ran with Obama, the next best thing, and let's put him with a Hillary Clinton replacement, which is Kamala Harris. And what we're going to do is, even though Kamala Harris sucked in the primaries and she couldn't beat Bernie Sanders and she couldn't beat Newsom, we're going to Trojan horse it, all right? And we're going to just take Biden out the way and tell you, here you go, Kamala's your nominee. Nobody voted for her. They just dictated it. You talk about dictatorship and people still can't.
You fucking stupid, man. She was the vice president. Like, that's what the vice president does. They step in when the president, that's like literally their one job to step in and be the president if the president cannot do their job anymore. And it looked like Biden couldn't do his job anymore. So her stepping in seems like actually a pretty good, I mean, it wasn't like they were going, he's making it seem like, oh, it's just so authoritarian and fascist. No, it's just it's everything working exactly the way it's supposed to work. It was a little late in the game. That was like the problem there. But no, her taking the that spot was that's what vice presidents do.
See it. Why were they so doing that? Because they were trying to pick up where Obama left off. Do you understand? They've been trying to pick up ever since they lit the White House up with the LGBTQ colors. They've been trying to pick up where Obama left off. That's why.
What the fuck are you talking about? Ever since they lit the White House up with rainbow colors. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that. They've been trying to like have equal rights and actually be recognized as people with dignity and everything. But it's insane. It's insane. It's all just Obama's. It's Obama's agenda. It's what it is. What the fuck? No, it's just a normal. It's just a normal agenda of just equality. That's it.
When Biden got in, some of the first stuff he started doing was pandering to the LGBTQ. Again, it's a demonic spirit, and we cannot allow.
It's a demonic spirit of wanting the votes of a large demographic of people.
What happened with the LGBTQ in America, and now Generation Z is what, 22%? 22%, all right, gay, because they were successful in their mission. We cannot allow that to happen.
George said, George said, hard right Christian men secretly love trans women. It's true. And it is. I think you're absolutely right about this. If only they knew how much we'd support their cake. That's pretty funny. And I think you're right, honestly. You know, haven't they like caught? There's been like not several, but there's been a few cases of people being like caught, like with looking at trans folks porn, trans women pornography or whatever, because they do. And it's almost like they get mad at them for that. That's what it is. They'll be like looking at a butt and be like, "Oh man, is that a guy? I didn't know guys aren't supposed to wear those kind of shorts. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry."
With Islam, we cannot do it. It is anti-Christ. Open your eyes and see.
You just did a jack off thing to open your eyes. Hold on, let's see that jack off.
To happen with Islam.
Rigorously.
We cannot do it. It is anti-Christ. Open your eyes and see. All right, here we go. I hope you hear me.
And you're yelling. You're yelling. So I think we can hear you, man.
This is the guy running for mayor who just won against Cuomo, but I think he still has to go up against Eric Adams, who's running as an independent.
So he just doesn't say anybody's name, right? I guess it's not just sorry. I thought it was like a Kamala Harris thing. It's not. It's not. He just called him Cuomo. He was going up against Cuomo over there. Yeah, that Cuomo guy.
Acknowledge this genocide. When I get to 3, I want you to say ceasefire now. 1, 2, 3. Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
How dare he? Ceasefire. No. We want all the firing and war. Fuck. It's hard to make this look bad.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! I want to ask you one final thing to join me in a chant. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
That was harder. The crowd, they were getting a little bit like to try and, too many white people in the crowd. That's what it is. Getting all offbeat.
Free, free Palestine!
This is the guy running for the mayor. Let me say this real quick. As I told you before, but I know some of you don't watch all my videos. I do not defend any and everything that any flesh do. So I don't care if you're black, you claim to be Jewish, you claim to be white. I'm not saying I defend everything that Israel does, okay? Because their flesh, they need Jesus too. So when I saw those Jews saying, you guys worship one Jew, but you need to be worshiping all of us. No, I do not support that. Right is right, wrong is wrong.
That what Jews... That was a bold Jewish person right there. Like, look, hey, We know you worship one Jewish person. Why can't you just worship all of us as gods? Okay, what's up with that? Huh? Why just this one? I'm the same. I'm the same as him. What the fuck? Worship me. What the fuck?
I don't care who it is, but I believe this obsession with everybody hating Israel and just in this love affair with Islam and Muslims, and then being ignorant at the colleges. Like, Israel is the most pro-gay place out of all those places in the Middle East, but you got these people over here just ignorant. The Bible says my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, you are, and that's you. You're the people with the lack of knowledge here. Holy shit, they're genociding a group of people, man. Okay, so we're like, oh, but the people that are doing it, the country that is doing it, and let's be real, it's the government of that country. It's not like it's everybody at that place, but it is the government. But they're a little bit more cool with gay people. Oh, okay, I guess then the genocide's fine. No, man, don't give a fuck. It's like, god damn, they're trying to exterminate a group of people.
And so then we just invite these people in and we vote them in to be mayors because we're brainwashed, and we just let them come in at the border, and next thing you know, it's Sharia law in America, which is exactly
next thing you know, it's Sharia law in America. And then the crazy thing too here is that the reason this freaks this idiot out so much is because he's like, we are going to put our Sharia law. Okay, we're the ones that are supposed to have the authoritarian, fascist thing. Okay, not them. It's not fair. We do all this work and then it gets taken over by the Muslims and then they get to enforce their religion. That's bullshit. No, we force our religion on everybody, not them. Okay,
exactly what they've been telling us they're going to do. Now you're looking at this video and you might think, oh, this is somewhere in the Middle East. No, I think this is Belgium, Germany.
So what, Europe instead? Whoa. Yeah, again, Islam's second most popular religion on the planet, dude. It's just totally blown away by that, I guess. Look, there's a bunch of Muslims all in one place. This is crazy. Oh my god. But don't get me wrong. Look, I don't like any religion, period, right? I don't think religion is a good thing, no matter how you swing it. But as far as I can tell, Muslims, in Islam does not seem to be any worse or anything than Christianity. So whatever, it's religion. Religion's bad. It's always believing things for bad reasons, and it usually makes people tend to hurt other people and then justify it with their religious belief. It's bad. Religion's bad. Okay, just full stop. But the way that they target Muslims, it feels gross. I don't know.
Is how you take over a nation by soft jihad. The mayor of London is a Muslim. The mayor of Birmingham is a Muslim. The mayor of Leeds is Muslim. Mayor of Blackburn, Muslim. The mayor of Sheffield is a Muslim.
It's funny too, because I wonder if the reason they're freaked out about this stuff is because they see how Christians, when they get power, they use that power to give themselves special privileges and stuff. And I wonder if they assume that all of these Muslims are doing that, which a lot of times the Muslims that, I don't know who these people are in these other countries and stuff, but a lot of times they're just happen to be Muslim, but they're all for equality and freedom and stuff like that or whatever. And that's why they were elected in those places that include a lot of people that are not just Muslims, you know what I mean? So, but they just happen to be, and so they're assuming, they're like, oh man, if they get in there, they're doing the same type of stuff we're doing. They're not, man. Everybody isn't weird fucking cult follower fascists like you guys are.
The mayor of Oxford is a Muslim. The mayor of Luton is a Muslim. The mayor of Oldham is
How
Muslim.
cool is this?
The mayor of Rochdale is Muslim. All this was achieved by only 4 million Muslims out of
Democracy.
66 million people in England. Today, there are over 1,800 mosques in England. There are over 80 Sharia courts. There are more than 50
Yeah,
Sharia
okay. See, and Brent, this is what Brent's saying. Jordan says nowhere. Also, like Judaism, there are progressive and conservative Muslims. So the degree to which each group implements Sharia varies. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, and a lot of times, we oversimplify everything down to like whatever is, whatever like pops up in your mind. And for whatever reason, we tend to associate Islam with like the most extreme interpretations of it. But like we have extreme interpretations of Christianity and just extreme violence that is perpetrated by Christians. Yet for whatever reason, we don't seem to just automatically associate those like Christianity with like violent extremism, even though it happens a lot. So I don't know, whatever.
78% of Muslim women do not work, receive state support and free accommodation fine. A large percentage of
I
Muslims.
wish I had said this at the beginning of the video, but I forgot.
What's up, Logan? How we doing, man? Doing all right? So I wonder if Muslims see Christianity as backwards and evil. Probably. I could imagine.
And I'm gonna put it in the description. Do you know that they just changed the laws in New York where now the Muslims can do their prayer call over the speakers in the street? Just like when I was in Iraq, they would play their prayer call over the speakers. They don't let Christians do that, but they're making all these you're about to see it. They changed the laws in New York.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. I guarantee you, if Muslims are allowed to pray in a certain way, so are Christians. Just shut up. My God. It's like, you're making it so Muslims can pray and Christians can't. They can't even do it. No, like, shut the fuck up. Come on, man. God, they're just so, like, I wonder where the hell he even got that, because I doubt that's true.
As they're getting ready to
Like,
get a New York mayor, they're trying to get in, where now forget the noise ordinances, they can just blast their prayer calls in the street over a speaker. How can you not see that this is
so funny that he's complaining about that, but he's the same type of idiot that wants the 10 commandments forced on everybody, on everybody's kids in school, like they need it up on the wall at public school. But when a Muslim like prays on a speaker, if they're allowed to pray on a speaker in public, then holy shit, they're getting all these special privileges.
Demonic. You're gonna see it here in a minute. I wish I would have said it at the beginning of the video, but you're gonna see it.
Muslims do not work and receive state support and free housing. State-supported Muslim families with an average of 3 to 8 children.
America, election has consequences. You see what's going on in Washington, D.C. We'll do this, and inshallah, we'll write a fanus in the State House for the first time next year. Inshallah, I will be taking that down. We'll be taking a bus to Trenton because this is the Mecca in New Jersey for the Muslim community, Patterson, New Jersey. And that's what Ramadan is all about. Come together, get closer to our deen, to our religion, and pray. Pray, pray, and pray.
This is the church's fault, not God's. Look, lady, everything's God's fault if he's real. Okay, so don't. They get so mad when because I wonder if she's like responding to the fact that he was saying that like God puts the leaders in power and stuff, and didn't realize that he's complaining about a Muslim winning a political race, but then was just saying a second ago that, hey, Trump was put there by God. Okay, so you can't really question that. It's because the Bible says that God puts all of the kings in the positions of power. So you got to just respect that because that's God. God did that. But unless it's a politician they don't like.
Especially pray for the people in Gaza. Pray for the people in Palestine.
I know.
Not only the most Muslims in the
day changed its noise ordinance.
Bob was like, who who don't let Christians do what? Like Christians are constantly allowed to pray on loudspeaker. Like what the fuck? What are they talking about?
Now allowing the Islamic call to prayer to be broadcast from speakers year-round 5 times a day.
The Muslim call to prayer 5 times a day.
On what speakers, dude? Like I'm so confused. Like what is this? You're saying like what in like the state capitol or something?
Muslims gather to pray at mosques, but the broadcast for the pre-dawn and nighttime prayers weren't allowed until now. The city eliminated time constraints from the part of its noise ordinance related to
Wait, so it's just the churches? Oh my God.
religious worship. In the summer, that means the call could go out as early as 3:30 a.m. and as late as 11 p.m.
Look what's going on in our beautiful country. Our beautiful, beautiful country, guys.
It's noisy. I mean, that is annoying. Like praying going on at 3 a.m. But still, I mean, it's just funny that they're like freaking out about it when they want to do. It should be a Christian prayer at 3 a.m. Okay, that's what it needs to be. Really, wake everybody up to Jesus. That's what I always say.
And we're allowing this to happen. What's wrong with you? You don't know what's going to happen in 10 years' time if this carries on. I know what's going to happen, boss, and trust me, I'm scared for my kids and my grandkids. Do you think our grandparents knew what was going to happen on the beaches when they were giving their lives? No. No, they had faith in the king. They had faith in the system, and we have been
1.3K watching it and only 250. They're putting it up. That's fun. Yeah, because the rest of them were all bots. Okay.
let down massively. I feel like I'm the only one passionate about my beautiful country. What is wrong with you?
No, you just like irrationally hate Muslims, dude. This is so weird.
Oh my
What we as Muslims
that is just so funny. He's just like crying about it, basically. Like, this is what? There's just gonna be like too many Muslims. Is that what he's trying to say? Like Muslims are gonna take over and eat my children's faces. That's what they do in Islam. You know, they eat faces. Yeah, you'll see. Just wait. Well, my kids aren't gonna have faces because of that religion. You'll see.
want to implement here in the United States, we believe the Constitution should be replaced by the Quran. First move
Guys, how can you not see it?
Do you say the same shit about the Bible? You literally sat there and let Trump say that the Constitution should be ignored. And yet you get so mad when a Muslim says the same shit.
These people are playing the long game, while in America they're brainwashing you, telling you marriage is bad, being a traditional family is bad, being a traditional wife and woman is bad, women keep having abortions, right?
Who is telling anybody that, dude? They're just saying that you can do that too. If you're a rich person and can afford to have families and houses and all that stuff, by all means, enjoy it. But most of us can't. Most of us can't afford any of that shit.
Everybody be gay. Let's brainwash your kids. I don't know how you can't see what's happening.
That I will do.
Everybody be gay. Brainwash your kids.
I will abolish the Constitution and I will establish the only logical and rational Constitution, which is the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
When it comes to spreading Islam on a state level,
who is that? Like, what, okay.
a societal level, that method prescribed is jihad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed that the ones who don't accept the ruling of Islam, they must be fought. This is simply the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, I could find like some fucking right-wing Christian fascists, like not unsimilar to this guy, that say the exact same type of shit, but about Christianity being forced on everybody, like Christian nationalism and shit. Yet that's fine, but like they are just freaking out when it's like the extreme version of the Muslims doing the same shit.
Why am I migrating here? Why am I in America? The Prophet ﷺ's companions left Mecca to go to a land that had no Muslims. We are in this country purely for the sake of Allah.
Well, I was going to say, because that's what's so weird, because Logan said Muslims are against traditional wives. No, that's the weird thing here, right? He's talking about Muslims taking over, but then he like switches gears and it's like, That's why they're telling everybody to be gay. That's why they're encouraging women to have abortions. That's why, whatever. But then he's like, and it's Muslims taking them. It's like, what the fuck? They're gonna do all the same. Like, if they did, let's say, just hypothetically, I don't think this would ever happen, but hypothetically, let's say that Muslims do get a bunch of political power or whatever, they would support the exact same kind of nuclear family values or whatever that you have, man. But yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's like their thinking is so disjointed. It's just they're just all over the place. He's just angry about stuff and can't even really like keep it consistent. He just hates another conservative religion that is very similar to his own, with beliefs very similar to his own. Given that, he is a Christian nationalist, man.
The moment you make this intention, you will look at things different.
These people are coming to America or playing the long-term game. Let's go to America. Let's have a bunch of babies. And then, Islam is going to be the number one. Let's get in all the political offices. Let's get in the governmental offices. And then
you're doing the same thing, man. You're literally saying to do that as far as but with Christians, though.
And eventually, by force,
why is it
they're
okay?
going to try to implement Sharia law.
Right. People
and you want to implement your fucking Christian nationalist Sharia law.
How could it be that your co-workers know you as a Muslim for 10 years? Not once you presented Islam to them. You don't know why your purpose is here. All you guys together, we are in this country for Allah.
As we're here living,
they sound exactly like an evangelical, dude. That's it. They sound exactly the same. I've heard Christians say exactly that. You mean you've worked for 10 years sitting next to an agnostic and they don't even know that you have the love of Jesus Christ in your heart? What are you even doing? Okay. This is America. You need to spread the love of Jesus, and you need to make everybody your religion. It's really what I'm saying.
in the U.S., what is our role now? What is the way forward? Let me just quote for you an ayah of the Quran, and I'm going to try to encapsulate it. Allah is saying, do not obey the disbelievers. Don't yield to them. And then he gives us the process of what to do next. Let
me say this. How is this
any different than the stuff that Christians say all the time? I don't know. So it's not actually. That's the answer.
Racist. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This
what?
is
Didn't see him go in that direction. Why do you care about people being racist? I thought that was fine. There's nothing wrong with being racist, I thought.
Gives us the process of what to do next.
What was the...
I'm going to try to encapsulate it. Allah is saying, do not obey the disbelievers. Don't yield.
Don't obey the disbelievers.
Yield to them.
Don't yield to them. Christians say the same stuff.
And then he gives us the process of what to do next.
And then he gives us the process of what to do next.
Let me say this. How is this racist? Like, this is what I'm talking about.
Wait, how is it racist? What?
This is what they do, right? They strategically made the first black president.
Oh,
right. Push that.
He's responding to. I'm sorry. He's responding to a comment. I was so, because like a lot of the other comments are just sort of coming and going. Okay, so he actually is addressing the comment that he put up on the screen. He said not all Muslims are trying to do that, though. This is so racist on so many levels. Yeah, I mean, it's bigoted for sure. He clearly just hates Muslims. He just does. But I mean, okay. And yeah, he's probably racist against folks like that.
LGBTQ agenda. So that if anybody said, man, what Obama's doing is wrong, they say, oh, you're racist. Me showing you what is going on, that's not racist. This is what they are doing. That is the perfect example of delusion.
What's up, AR? How you doing, it? So religious fundamentalists of all flavors have this problem. Yeah, it's so funny to see them fighting, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny to see them get mad at each other for doing. You're like, hey, that's our thing. You know, that's what it feels like. You know,
and how they brainwash you. That's the go-to thing. You're a homophobe. You're racist. We're not coming after your kids. Now 23% of Generation Z is LGBTQ because why? They successfully infiltrated the schools, infiltrated the legislation, and brainwashed them.
Wow. Dude, it's where? Like, you're saying for the whole country? Because I'm pretty sure that number it still exists, like that, that percentage or whatever still exists in states like fucking Florida, where we banned talking about being gay. If a kid's under 3rd grade, you can't mention it, because you could possibly get a felony for mentioning gay people exist to children under the age of 3rd grade or whatever, or below 3rd grade. That's, but yeah, they've been so successful at brainwashing everybody. They're not even allowed to fucking talk about it. For fuck's sake, are you kidding me? Jesus.
Ahidhum bihi jihadan kabira. And so make jihad against them.
What is your duty as a member of the Ummah now that you are also an American? It is our physical jihad duty to fight the entire earth until we enter it into the Ummah.
Talking about establishing Islam, and I think that's our jihad, to be honest. For us Muslims living in the West, our jihad is to establish the deen of Allah through all means necessary.
And in that, not fear-mongering. The Bible says beat.
It is says kind of fear-mongering, dude. You're vilifying people for just using basically the same kind of rhetoric you used. And it's so funny he's arguing with this chat right because they're like, dude, this feels weird, okay? Like like it just feels like you irrationally hate these people, and that's it.
Not ignorant of Satan's devices. Cry loud and spare not. If the watchman sees something and doesn't say nothing, the blood.
Oh, okay, we better. That was an interesting one, though. I gotta say, I appreciate the suggestion here. This is pretty cool. Yeah, this guy's always funny to me. I don't know. He's just always saying something insane, right? What else we got here? There was another one. Oh yeah, this lady. Let's see what she's doing. It said that they felt some Gina vibes from this lady, so we could. Oh wait, that's right. I was going in reverse order. So hold on, let me do this crazy. This time kind of on a kick of the last dude was obviously a crazy Zionist. This one will be short because I think we're just talking about the story. It was like a news thing kind of, but it's from some channel called Bobby's Perspective, which I'm unfamiliar with. But
right, guys, welcome back to the channel.
Because I'm just responding. These were videos that were suggested in the Fundie Tube suggestions in Discord. So if you want to if you want me to cover something, want us to something that hopefully can engage some conversations or allow us to engage some conversations, pop it up in the Discord, and we can just let me know. I'll react to it.
If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, another day, another crazy Zionist attack. This time, extremist Zionist confesses to crucifying pastor.
Okay, it was Pandora's Pinata. Thank you, Pandora, for the suggestion there. It's awesome.
In Arizona. Yes, you heard that right. Sounds like out of a movie. This guy actually...
Wait, extremist Zionist confesses to actually doing it, to crucifying a pastor?
Went out and crucified a Christian pastor. And he was planning on crucifying 14 more pastors indeed. And guys, before we get into today's video,
you probably want to do it less gruesome and I mean, it's not. I don't know. It's funny, but it's not funny. But it's why would you do and then you're planning to do it to 14 more? How many times did you think you were going to get away with this? Holy shit, that's insane.
Always, if you enjoy my content, leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below.
Oh yeah, if you want to like and subscribe, if you're new here, you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. We just hang out, have fun, react to stuff, talk with the chat, all that type of stuff.
Especially my new ebook, The Return. And now, with no further ado, let's have a look.
Did you kill Pastor Bill Shanneman?
Yes.
Why?
There's 13 tribes of Israel. So what I wanted to do was execute and crucify 13 priests and put one of the tribes of Israel in each of their right ears. which I did with this priest. I put the tribe of Benjamin.
How do you justify that? I mean, if you're killing
What?
somebody or multiple people attempted,
Okay, but
how does that work?
It's a commandment to rid Israel of evil. Do I think I'm a monster? No, no. I see myself as more of like a saint. There's a commandment that if somebody's preaching that,
Dude, this is just like serial killer, like holy Lord.
somebody other than God is God, we are to execute them and rid evil of Israel. So I'm obeying that commandment.
What? What did he just say? Hold on.
We're like a saint. There's a commandment that if somebody's preaching that somebody other than God is God, we are to execute them and rid evil of Israel.
Oh my God. Wow. That is terrifying. It's scary that like, and I just, and you get that anybody could do this, right? Like anybody with that kind of delusional religious thinking could think like this. And a lot of them, I think, do get super angry that other people exist that believe in different gods and are teaching the other gods are gods or whatever, or other gods are the real God or whatever. Like, and he's taking that as like a reason to hunt people down and literally crucify them. Jesus Christ.
So I'm obeying that commandment.
There you go. There you go, man. Yeah, you heard it right here, and this is absolutely correct. You shall have no gods before me. This is the first commandment. And if you go against it, you shall be killed. Deuteronomy 13.
What? Really? Oh, it's in the Bible. It literally says that you'll be... Damn.
6 to 10.
I mean, I guess I should have assumed that would be the case. And I mean, it was their basis for all the genocides and stuff, right? Like in the Bible, they take out other cultures just willy-nilly because they're like, but they worship other gods. No, so it's fine, right? Yeah, that's cool. You know, you're allowed to do that. You can take them as slaves and everything. It's fine. You can even beat them as long as they don't die. So you get up after a day or two. You haven't done anything wrong because they're just property, dude.
If your very own brother or your son or daughter or the wife you love or your closest friend secretly entices you saying, let us go and worship other gods, gods that neither you nor your ancestors have known, gods of the peoples around you.
Is it pro-Jewish channel? It's a weird way to put that. Not anti-Semitic. That's what you're asking. I got no problem with Jewish people. But I would say I am like anti-Zionists and stuff like that. You think that it's people saying they're the chosen people or whatever, and saying that their government can do whatever they want with impunity. Yeah, I'd be against that, but definitely not against Jewish people, though. I feel like that doesn't have as much to do with Jewish people. There's plenty of Jewish people that agree with me about that. So
whether near or far, from one end of the land to the other, do not yield to them or listen to them. Show them no pity. Do not spare them or shield them. You must certainly put them to death. Your hand must be the first in putting them to death, and then the hands of all the people. Stone them to death, because they tried to turn you away from the Lord, your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery.
Yeah, it's fine for them to own slaves of the other people, of the other nations that surround them, of the heathens that surround them. They can own slaves, but they're like, but slavery is bad. But that's why we do it to the people we don't like. So, but it's only bad when it happens to us, though,
So at this point, it's not even worth trying anymore to point out the hypocrisy of Christians and Jews when they point the finger at Islam and say, ooh, the evil Muslims, you can find war passages there. It says, kill the
It's up to you, dude. You could stay if you like. I don't have any problem with Jewish people. Just make that clear. Just don't like war crimes, that type of shit.
Believers, etc., etc. However, we made clear over and over again that no random civilian can simply go out and kill unbelievers. This is absolutely not Sharia compliant. However, in this passage, and this is the Old Testament, so therefore it speaks to Jews and Christians alike, it tells random layman here, it doesn't matter if it's your brother, your son, your daughter, your wife, if they tell you to worship anybody else but the one God, then go and kill them yourself. You have to stone them to death. It's always evil.
I always feel like that's like the basis of racism too. You know, where you have the first commandment, which you would imagine that like in the order of importance, like the first commandment would be like the most important one, and it is. And even I feel like even Jesus says that, right? Like he's like, what are the most important of the commandments? And he says that, you know, love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, and strength. I mean, I guess that's not exactly the commandment, because that's not what the commandment says. It doesn't say to love God. It says worshiping other gods is evil. And as you can see here, it also says that, you know, the punishment for that is death.
Evil Islam, is it not? Anyways, here's the full interview now. Let's check this out. This should be interesting to watch.
Hi, Mr. Steve.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing? Did you kill Pastor Bill Shanneman?
Yes.
Why?
Notice that the two as well, the Hebrew letters.
It's a long story, but to summarize it, Yahweh alone is God. It's the first commandment. It's the most important commandment of them all. The preachers are, in my perspective, are leading the flocks astray. They're preaching that Jesus is God's only son and God also. That's not what God said. Very clearly, he said that he alone is God. It's the first commandment. And so with the belief that Jesus is the only son of God and God, God's laws were annulled entirely. There's 13 tribes of Israel.
Jeez. See, this is like what religion does to people's brains. You know what I mean? Like he's like but there's like, look, this doesn't track with that part of the Bible. Yeah, like the Bible's insane. It's not going to track with anything, dude. Like it's gonna contradict itself constantly. And the fact that he's thinking, you know, he's just like looking at the Old Testament, like, but this one says that there's only one God and he's the right one. Now you're saying that the Son of God is also God himself. This is just what the fuck? No. And you're nullifying the Old Testament. I don't even know what's going on anymore. No, absolutely not. Like, that's so crazy. But that's because the Bible is completely batshit, dude. And so are Christian doctrines.
So what I wanted to do was execute and crucify 13 priests and put one of the tribes of Israel in each of their right ears, which I did with this priest. I put the tribe of Benjamin. And then the 14th I wanted to do for Adam, because clearly Adam was God's.
Uriel said, my ideology is that monotheism works. Works at what? What is the goal of that you're talking about, and how does monotheism work to accomplish that goal? Because just saying it works doesn't mean anything. That's just like, I don't know. I mean, it's just like saying I agree with words or something, but like it's not actually like, what do you mean?
One and only created son in his image is the first story told in the Bible.
So you feel the difference?
So I cannot identify his belief fully here, because he did mention that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, but at the same time, he's not saying that Jesus is God. So some sort of Unitarian Christian view, if you will, but at the same time, very Torah adherent as well. And he is right. As we already stated, the first commandment is, you shall have no gods before me. And
okay. I was going to say, he's not right. What are you talking? Oh, okay. He's right about that. He is right about that.
And Jesus Christ himself in the New Testament says that, hear, O Israel, your Lord is one. He's not saying, hear, O Israel, your Lord is 3 in 1. He's not saying, hear, O Israel, I am your Lord. He's saying, hear, O Israel, your Lord is one, which is the Hebrew Shema, the declaration of faith, very similar to the Shahada, the declaration of faith. There is nobody worthy of worship but God alone. And this is what he adhered to. So therefore, yes, this absolutely.
It's so weird too when you find those people that it's funny. I just ran into a dude the other day, or today actually, at work, that I worked with him for a long time, and he would go off on all these things about how like the Old Testament is true and we should be following the Old Testament. He's a Christian, but he had this like wonky doctrine where he was like always reading the Old Testament and stuff and saying that, I don't know, it was strange. It was like they still had to like follow and would literally like to the letter try to like not wear mixed fabrics, and he didn't eat any of the foods and stuff, like all the Jewish, like a lot of the Jewish rules and stuff. He wouldn't eat like pork and things like that. It was odd, you know, but he was a Christian, but he didn't even have a church that he could go to that reflected his beliefs. He just had a church where he kind of liked some of the people, but his beliefs were completely different than everybody that he went to church with. So I don't know, it's just interesting.
Really atrocious, don't get me wrong. However, he listened to his Bible. This is really what is within the Bible. Moreover, however, what I found very, very interesting here is that he stated that Adam is basically the first created son of a God. And if you follow Christian logic, yes, this
still not explaining what works means. But yeah, what do you mean by works? That was the question I asked. I don't know if I might be muted. Maybe I do say fuck a lot, so I get it.
Makes sense. Absolutely. This is what we say to Christians too. You say that Jesus is miraculous because he's been born of a virgin. We do agree, however, that doesn't make him the son of God. Because if that makes him the son of God because he has no father, how about Adam then? Because Adam didn't even have a virgin.
It works to provide meaning, laws, society structure that works. So does anything. It's okay, dude.
Virgin mother, there was
It literally doesn't, because you got too many that all fight with each other, and then even within each one, they all get mad at each other for having a slightly different interpretation, and then they get mad at one another, and then they split off, then they make a whole new denomination. I mean, it doesn't work. Like, what are you talking about? And as far as the meaning, I guess that would be the one that I guess you could say the most like, oh, you get the meaning or whatever. But really, it's just somebody making you feel badly about who you are or whatever, and saying you should find meaning in what I tell you should find meaning in, and then you go, oh, you know what? I'll take your meaning for mine. I'll let you think for me, and you can tell me what I should find meaningful, and then I will do what you tell me to do, and find meaning through what you're saying. When you can just find your own meaning, dude. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't. I don't think you should have somebody just tell you what is meaningful to you. That is really strange to me.
Mother, no father, God made him directly, and therefore, by that logic, he must be a son of God too. And this is why, yes, this man clearly is a psychopath, but he's adhering to the scripture 100%. Difference
is between regular people that believe in God and pastors or preachers, that there's a difference there.
That's because and this is where you get into it, because it's like it doesn't actually say that Jesus is God. You know, you could argue that there's parts of the Bible that like say that he's equal with God or whatever, but Jesus never even said that he was God. He just said stuff that made it sound like he was equal with God. But anyway,
huge difference, because the first commandment is the most important commandment of them all. Pornography, drugs,
what?
The sanctity.
What the pornography? I was at the first. What? Hold on.
Huge difference, because the first commandment is the most important commandment of them all. Pornography, drugs, the sanctity of marriage is completely eroded. It's vicious out there. Somebody like,
oh, okay, so they're just skipping stuff, because it's like, what? He's like, the first commandment is the most important because pornography and drugs. You get what? Did you get like pornography and drugs if you don't follow the first commandment? What the fuck?
Like me, who's been in and out of prison, the prisons are flooded with drugs. And I'm thinking to myself, the world is a wreck,
But if you're talking about sin, murder is a sin.
Well, yeah, it is a sin, but God also commanded us to execute anyone that's preaching that someone other than him is God.
So it's both a sin and not. So,
because it's that serious. They're claiming.
Yeah, yet again, I have to absolutely agree with the man here, which is kind of hilarious, but it is true, because the guy, as I said already, is adhering to his scripture. Christians nowadays, liberalized Christians, they will simply say, oh, Christianity is all peace and love, and you...
Did I lose it? What happened? Wait, that was my friend's a man whose wife cheated on him with the priest. Wait, you were saying the stream went down? Did I see that right? Did it work? Oh, shoot. No, I just backed down. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know how much more of that we could really watch anyway, because it's sort of somebody else's, just talking about that. I mean, I think the headline was the most jarring part of it. It's just the fact that this guy, literally did that to somebody is insane. And I mean, he said he was a Zionist, but which I don't know, maybe he was, but like I guess he didn't get to that part yet. But here, let's do this video now. Wait, I thought I had another. Oh yeah, this lady. That's right. Sorry, I got like 3. How much? What time is it? Okay, we got like 30 more minutes. All right, yeah, let's do this. Is the stream working? Just want to make sure that, like, if somebody was saying like stream is down. Okay, thank you. All right, appreciate y'all. I was like, oh shit, it went down. Because sometimes it can, like, I've had it like literally boot me for watching something that I'm not supposed to watch, I guess. So it you know, with like a copyright or something. So but here, I wanted to start it at 6 minutes. Yeah. We'll do like 5:41.
What God shows me's coming. That's it.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit. Oops.
Is forget that. You need to be ready for stuff coming. Exactly. You know.
And if you want to be ready for stuff coming, just go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley at checkout, and it'll get your stuff coming. Jesus Christ. Okay, go to adamandeve.com. Enter code word Brentley at checkout. All right. So you gotta get your stuff coming. I'm like, I can't let that one go. I can't let that just pass by, not say something about it.
On our generator. It turned the bottom line is forget that. You need to be ready for stuff coming, because I don't know what else to tell you. Unless you have I don't know, EME, what's called thing. Igor's going to tell you about it in the news tomorrow. You can tell that's not my department. The news is not my department. I just know what God shows me's coming. That's it. I can't explain it. But
I can't explain it.
He will tomorrow.
I wonder if she spells explain with like starting with an S. I can't explain it.
Tomorrow in that barn. Y'all, things about to get real. And I've been telling y'all that. And now you're seeing about to go to war and everything else, y'all. So why? God says, get ready. Get ready.
Stop saying coming. Don't, no more using that word. Okay.
Ready. And y'all know if he showed me something is going to happen. You know that. Well,
I definitely don't. I definitely don't know that. I don't think anybody else does either.
He's been showing it to me for 5 years. And now it's NASA's talking about it now, that the grid could possibly get more than it can bear with this solar thing on the sun is heading our direction.
There's this thing on the sun heading our direction. I was not aware of that. What was she? Is that something that's real or conspiracy? I don't know.
So don't know, but I certainly wouldn't want to go without power right now. You know what I'm saying? So
I do know what you're saying. I actually did that for like a week because of a hurricane. You need power for a lot more stuff than you realize. You know, it's weird when you don't, you just think, oh, we can't watch TV or whatever. Like, it's not just that. It's not just that. It's like, it's everything. You literally can't do anything. You can't use your phone. You can't, like my water. The water doesn't even come out of the refrigerator because that's, that goes through an electrical. You can't do anything. You can't even take a shower without it being way too hot or cold. It's like
just be prepared the best you can. And to help somebody like your neighbors that just they think all this is hogwash conspiracy theories.
Okay, so it is a conspiracy theory. All right, I know she answered my question. it's like even NASA's talking about it. Like, talking about what? The solar flare that's gonna shut all the power down because of the polar shifts or whatever. I don't know. The magnetic poles are shifting, and it's the solar flare, quantum evacuation. I don't know.
And all that stuff. They don't think. They don't understand. God says they don't understand. All the foundations of the earth are shaking in Psalms 82. Well, they don't understand, man. So we have to look out for it's happening. That's all there is to it.
Lady's got 9,000 subscribers. Not that much, but maybe I just need to walk around the yard and start and just acting like I know stuff that I couldn't possibly know. And then I got magical powers.
Now I got enough, I'll tell y'all. what I wanted to tell you guys is we have the barn tonight. That's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are showing you Joseph. We're going to be tonight's movie night is fellowship night. It's night to kick back because we study a lot in here. We study every day
What is she talking about? We got the barn.
of the week. Saturday night, we take a break. We come together even on Shabbat. And Friday to Saturday, we have our holy convocation, right? We have it last night. We study the word, we pray, we praise, we worship like God commands you to do, okay? And tonight is just chill. And we're showing you a killer play that we already.
This night's chill. Anyway, we're doing it. We're having some burgers tonight. I'm all over the place. I don't know.
Paid for, okay? We got it. You don't got to pay us nothing. But we're showing it to you. And it is so good, y'all. And it's about Joseph because we're talking now.
Is it about Joseph?
Your homework was about persecution. And this is about persecution as well. Okay. And having faith in some of the most trying times. So be in the barn tonight, 8 o'clock. Bring your popcorn and your soda, your pizza, whatever. I don't know. I'm making a roast. That's what I'm making.
And you're like, I like her. She's got, she's got a way about it. I like that. She's got like that way about her.
And don't forget June 29th. That's next Saturday. Is that next Saturday? Next Sunday, June 29th. We have church in the barn. The barn's our online Google Meet room.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I thought you literally. We got church in the barn. We got to go out to the barn. I know it smells bad. It smells bad out there, but you know what? The Lord says, got to do it in the barn. So that's right. That's why we do it.
Okay, I'll tell you how to get there in a minute. We have church on the 29th at 2 o'clock. Actually, yes, 2 o'clock. And usually Rhonda will come in at 4:30 for first aid, CPR, AED, but we're going to pull her in that Sunday at 4.
What, you also teach CPR? Is that what I just heard? Like we also do a CPR class. That's a different thing. She is certified. So we can teach people how to keep people breathing and stuff, whatever.
So from 4 to 5 is first aid. Y'all need to be there for that. And thank those of you that sent her a gift for her, a love offering for her coming in and teaching.
Jesus was born in a barn. You're right. Maybe that's why she does it there. She's like, we're going to hang out in the place where Jesus is born. That's right. In an inhospitable hotel's barn or whatever. I don't know. But
y'all last Sunday. She needed
inhospitable lodges barn. That's what it was.
So thank you guys for looking out.
Basically an Airbnb way back then.
For her, because she sure is looking out for us, isn't she? Yeah. She said thank you to y'all that did that. And then for 5, everybody that hasn't paid for their virtual tour, they have to leave the room. People that has paid for the virtual tour or got paid for, you stay in the room, and we're going to be giving out the
Can you silence your thing? Okay, that is like wow.
Code to go to Avi's Zoom room for our virtual tour to Megiddo with our Israeli tour guide. Oh, it's gonna be so good, y'all. Y'all, y'all said if you've been in them tours, you know how good Avi's been giving them tours, been getting better, better, better.
What? I'm very confused. So they give Israeli tours? What, online? They just walk around with the phone? Or are they saying like they go to Israel and go on tours?
So good. So I'm excited about that. You do got to get your $20 into me for that though. He's selling it, not me. Okay, but I have to collect it. So it's $20 if you want to add gratuity.
You're not giving me the money. I'm not just pocketing the money. So, it's him.
You can, but that's what you'd put. Don't put tour trip. Just put 25 AVI, and I'll know where it goes. I'll know what it is and all that. But you got to get that in before the 29th. And to my PayPal, Cash App, whatever. It's right. It's in on JesusDoers.com. Okay, now let's.
Yeah. You're talking about the Pandora said someone doxed her mobile in a lawnmower. Did someone dox her mobile in a lawnmower dispute? I think you must be from a different country. Calls it a mobile. That means cell. That means cell phone. For just I don't want it to be confusing for everybody. That's Gina. Gina had like a lawnmower fight, and it got her doxxed, and she like put out Gina's phone number to everybody.
Skip.
And she was like getting calls like over and over. Like it would just constantly like be glitching, like when she was trying to go live, because Gina always goes live on her phone, and it would just constantly be the audio be cutting out and stuff because people were just calling her so much because she put out her phone number.
Let me see.
That was funny.
Yeah. That's right, Michelle. You got that right. I don't know about the EMP. I don't even know what that is. But sleeper cells, absolutely.
You don't even know what an EMP is. Okay. Well,
I don't even know what
electromagnetic pulse. Okay. And it shuts off all the power. Because remember earlier you were talking about the power going out. Never mind. You don't forget it.
That's Igor's department, but I agree with the sleeper cells. I don't know about the EMP,
Igor.
but I agree with the
Who
cells.
the fuck is Igor? What are you talking about?
I don't even know what that is, but I agree with the sleeper cells. Okay.
This lady's funny.
And Igor is going to talk to y'all about that tomorrow in the barn.
Is there actually somebody named Igor? And why? What did those parents have against their child? As soon as they came into existence, they're like, fuck that thing. Fuck it. You're named Igor. That's what I'm doing. All right. With your weird ass. Yeah. I hate this kid.
Stuff flying around out here. He's going to talk to y'all in the news. He got a little bit of news tomorrow in the barn. He'll go over all that stuff, y'all.
I thought a telephone was a telly. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you watch, if you're talking about Doctor Who, on the telly.
We are just zip lining zoop right on through, man. Just amazing times we're living in. Okay. There's one thing.
Drusilla and Igor. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that you two were down like that. Like, don't talk about him. All right. He and I do, we go to the beach together sometimes. So we play in D&D.
Yep. I'm trying to get on there. The tours are phenomenal. And this one I requested because Avi was like, you think this is Ezekiel 38? I said, I don't know.
What is she doing? Is she just walking like in circles in their backyard, or like, is this her front yard? It'd be really funny if it was a front yard, but
I don't know, man. Nobody knows. But the players for Ezekiel 38 is lined up. I showed him a picture where all of they're all lined up towards it. Oh yeah, could be.
What the fuck? What is she talking about? They're all lined. It's like she moves on to the next thought, like before, like conclusively explaining anything.
Sure does look like it could be, but it may not be. Is it Jeremiah 49 where God promised to rain down fire on Iran? It could be. You know what I mean? Bottom line is we got to be where something's going on.
Wait, she's saying this. Okay. So I guess she's saying there's some kind of prophecy, and they're, it's from the Bible is coming true right now, and it could possibly be something from Jeremiah, where the Bible says that fire's going to rain down on Iran. And I don't think that's in the Bible
biblically, and we got to be ready for it. So, and as you know, our president, who we need to pray for, Donald Trump, always pray for your leader, whether you like him or not.
Oh.
Don't matter if you like him or not. Pray for him anyway.
Oh, wow. I'm surprised she said that. Unless it's Biden or a Democrat.
You got to pray for your enemies, right? If he's your enemy, pray for him.
He
needs that prayer because he's about to make some decisions, man. And he has to make something that's it could change the rest of our lives as we know it, y'all. It could change everything. So he got a big decision to make. So that's some.
How old is this? Hold on. When did this come out? Like 2 weeks ago. Okay, that's why it makes it makes a little bit better sense. Now I'm like, what are you talking about, this man? Okay, yeah. So she's talking about everything, I guess, with Iran and stuff. Interesting.
Some sleeper cells would wake up, So anyway, everything is just.
Does she think that sleeper cells are cell phones that are in bed? Is that what she thinks? Like she thinks it's just a whole bunch of phones sleeping. They're just cellular phones, just sleeping.
Moving right along, man. So we need to be in. That's why we're in 40 days of prayer right now in our church. That's what we've been doing.
She is literally just walking in circles in her yard. Like, what are you doing, lady? The neighbor's like, she's doing it again. Sally, come out here. Honey, come look. The weird lady, she's walking in circles while she's filming herself again. I know. Fucking weird. Why do we have the weirdest neighbors? I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have moved here. Why did you have to like this house so much?
And if you've been following along, don't forget Monday on the website, your new homework will be up there. Now it's going to be about.
I like how they just give out homework. Gonna give you your homework. Like, fuck, I don't want homework. Like, what are you talking about?
Paul, I'll give you that much. It's going to be about Paul, and you bring it to the barn Friday night. And I'm also going to be making a couple videos to kind of help explaining what we're doing with Paul. Okay, because we're talking about the church. That's what we're learning about. Now, I want to talk about this. So just make sure Monday you look at Jesus, my doggone my YouTube page, man. Not the live, my videos. Your homework. Look for Monday's video. The Monday coming up. It'll be there. Okay. And
God, it's so weird that you could just we give out homework, you know, when we do church in a barn. Like, this lady is hilarious.
Then go to JesusStewards.com.
It's like Gina, it's like Gina Maria Calvin Hill, except way more fucking hillbilly. You know what I mean?
On the homework page, and your homework will be there. Now, when we're in the barn, that's every Monday. When we're in the barn, like it was last night, you know, I teach, I do what I do. And then when after 10 o'clock is fellowship time, it's over. Church is over. Church lasts 2 hours.
It's Jesus. What? 2 hours? Wow. What? My God. And then you got a fellowship after that. Oh my God. It's like a 4-hour endeavor. Oh my God. No. I will never be going to your church.
It's over. So when it's come, I say, y'all, that's it. Thank you for coming. God.
I love how they like schedule like talking to each other. That's the time when you're allowed to interact with one another. We call it fellowship. That's right. And it happens right after the sermon where nobody's allowed to talk. You know, you got to be respectful. But after that, then you're allowed to. In fact, you're required to. You know, we call it fellowship. You better be out there talking to other people. Otherwise, you're sinning.
Bless you, blah, blah, whatever. And those that have to go, you feel free to hang up. You know, some people don't want to hang up till it's over. So I'm like, feel free to hang up. You know, rest everybody else.
Hey, Arctic Fox, what's going on, dude? How you doing? I didn't sign up for no barn homework. Gotta go to the barn, talk to all your friends, okay? Gotta hear the message from the barn. Then we're gonna get you your homework. And he's like, what? No.
Staying on fellowship time. Y'all will stay on for another 6 hours, man. That's fine. But then you'll see me kind of back off.
Wait, 5 or 6 hours?
And you don't hear me for a while. I do that on purpose, okay? Because if you go to JesusStewards.com, I think I put it on the front page. I'm not sure. About pray for your pastor. Why? Well, because
oh my God, this thought just keeps on. She just keeps on adding to it.
Need it, you know what I mean?
So it's like me like trying to describe just like a basic thing and just keep getting sidetracked.
And I do try to sit in there and talk with y'all and get personal with you guys so you know me, right? Because that's who I am. Just who I am. And
because that's who I am. Just who I am. I just say who I am sometimes.
But you can't get too personal because people start losing respect for you as pastor and just seeing you as an average Joe Blow. You know, so you just can't gain a lot of friends. Talk
to get too friendly is what the problem is right there. You know, people then you just Joe Blow schmo over here, just doing blow jobs.
A little bit and then pull out, and just.
And if you want to pull it out, you know, go to AdamandEve.com. Enter code word Brentley. Check out, get your butt some stuff. That wasn't a very good segue. Anyway.
But y'all go at it.
And if you want to go at it, that was much better. I should have waited like half a second. Go to AdamandEve.com. Much better. Enter code word Brentley. Check. Okay. Sorry. They're just getting crazy here.
And so I did that. I pulled out, went on, done my thing, got my shower, blow dried my hair out and all this stuff, and came in the room and I heard a young one talking about the commandments.
Oh.
What I heard, or what I thought I heard anyway, the only part I heard
Did you get in a fight with the young one?
was I thought he said Moses wrote the commandments with his finger. That's something he learned. I was like, no, that's not right, man. Moses didn't write it with his finger. God did. Okay.
It did not, right? What? What? Like, hold on. Did I just hear you say that he wrote it with his finger? What the hell? Where did you get that from? You need to repent. No, God wrote it. Not with his finger.
And then I think he just explained that he was saying, I don't know. But anyway, something about the commandments were given before God gave them to Moses. Well, that's something that we taught about. I'll teach on this stuff right before about a month or two before we get into a feast day. Okay, you're getting into covenants and promises. The 10 Commandments was not given to anybody until God gave them to Moses, period. Okay, but there were other commandments that God have given.
But I mean, weren't there? I wonder if they're like talking about the commandments that were like different, right? Weren't there like a different set of 10 commandments, and then he broke those or whatever, and then got like a different set? Is that? I don't know.
Before to Abraham, the Noahide laws, right? Of don't eat no flesh with blood in it. No adultery. I can't remember off the top of my head. Don't kill. There was certain ones.
Yeah, don't eat the blood. I don't know why that one just cracks me up. Don't eat blood. Don't you do it. That is a huge sin.
The Noahide laws.
You get demons from eating blood.
He gave Abraham
who the fuck eats blood?
Basically promises and blessings. Like, if you do this, I will do this. Covenants. And I taught this to y'all. Pay attention. I taught this to you guys before the last feast we had. We went through different covenants. So God, what's the very, very first command that God gave anybody was be fruitful and multiply, and then
it was don't eat the apple or whatever.
Don't eat off that tree.
Oh, that was it. Now it's it. She got it.
And if you do, this is what will happen. So he gave them stuff like that. He kind of led them, through things. But the law, the Mosaic law, was given to Moses, and that they did not have that before. Okay, so I heard some trying to learn.
She is still just walking in circles in her yard. I don't know why. This just this freaks me out, the way that she's just walking around in circles.
And that's great, but I heard some confusion there, and I stopped that stuff. The confusion. I hear it.
Yeah, you don't sound confused at all. You sound like you got your ducks in a goddamn row. That's for sure.
Yep. Because you confuse a whole lot of people. Take them down with you. Then I got to straighten the mess out. So I'll be like, stop.
Okay.
And just like last night, there was a new guy in, which we welcome you. Okay. But this is why I got to bring you here, because there's so many voices out there, man. Near-death experiences. Just about everybody have one now, right?
Yeah, man. It's every time I turn around, somebody almost dies and it has a fucking story about it. It's bullshit, what the hell? Shut up about your weird, experiences that she's saying that they're lying.
Which they didn't. Some did, some did not. But how
she's saying they're lying. That's what it is. Okay. I guess everybody that shows up to her church, like, I get one of those. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. No. Yeah. I went to heaven. Mm-hmm. Yep. Me and God, we were talking. Played a game of chess. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's actually pretty good. Yeah. He's like if you go on like expert level, he was kind of like that. Got me in like 3 moves. Ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. But then I came back. They were like, yeah, it's not your time yet. I was like, oh, man.
How will you know? How do you know, man, who's had one? Because there will be fruits in their life. You'll be doing what I'm doing. They'll be here teaching, preaching, staying on it.
I sacrificed to the original. Now I'm stuck on a fucking I'm like stuck on the country accent now. God damn it, lady. It's like getting messed up. Logan said, I sacrificed to the original L, which is the storm god. I haven't been hit by lightning yet. Well, don't probably shouldn't say stuff like that. Okay, just in case. All right, because if you happen to get struck by lightning, now everybody, all the Christians are like, ha, see, told you.
But doubling it, tripling it up, bam, 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 just staying on it, man. That's someone that's really been with Jesus.
I forgot what we were talking about. What what's happening? She's like, bam, 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 doubling it. What are you talking
about? They be here teaching, preaching, staying on it, doubling it, tripling it up, bam, 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 just staying on it, man. That's someone that's really been with Jesus. Okay, we won't come back and just stay quiet and stay silent and just try to sell a book. That's bull crap, y'all. That's junk, okay?
That's bull crap, y'all.
That's not true there, man. So anyway, be careful with the stuff you're listening to. It's critical to know the word of God. I can't put it any more plainer than that English right there. You got to know the word of God. People claim to know it until I listen. I'm like, down there, nothing. So God will teach it to you, Holy Spirit.
God, they love this. And it's like this, I know it better than you kind of attitude, Oh, everybody thinks they know God's word, and then I listen to them talking about, dude, you don't know it. You don't know nothing, actually. Jesus Christ.
So the young man come in last night and was trying to talk about somebody else he listened to that had a great experience and all this and that. And the guy had said that had the experience that there's no time in heaven. I'm like, y'all, stop right there, man. If that's what that guy told you, then you don't need to listen to him because he's full of crap, man. There is time. He's so sick of people saying there's no time in heaven, that they died and went to heaven. There's no time there. Well, liar. Off the bat, man. You're lying, man. Because you can't change the word of God and make yourself look true and good.
Hold on. So if you go to heaven, to this near-death experiencer, it said that there's no time in heaven, and this lady's like, bullshit. Okay, this guy didn't even die. This is stupid. Shut up. All right. You can't just experience stuff that's not according to my interpretation of the Bible. Idiot, you liar. Shut up.
There is time in heaven, man. And I don't have, that's not my opinion. It's Bible. Okay.
It's not my opinion. It's Bible.
Time in Revelation when the souls that got killed in the tribulation are underneath the altar going, how much longer? God, how much longer? How much longer until you avenge the people that killed us, right? How much longer? Jesus says, wait just a little while longer. Time, man. It's different than our time. So y'all be careful. You have to be careful.
Wait. Hold up. Hold on. I'm sorry. I know I don't want to put you through too much of this lady again, but hold on.
God, how much in Revelation when the souls that got killed in the tribulation?
Okay, so she went to Revelation. That's what I was curious about. Like, where the hell is this? So she's talking about Revelation. It's saying when something in Revelation of the souls of the people, and they're saying how much longer, and that means there has to be time.
Are underneath the altar going, how much longer? God, how much longer?
They shouted just like that. They did. It's very clear in the Bible.
How much longer until you avenge the people that killed us, right? How much longer? Jesus says, wait just
Why does she keep shouting?
A little while longer.
Just wait.
Time, man. It's different than our time. So y'all be careful. You have to be careful. You have to.
So if there's any waiting at all, that means, if I'm trying to follow her reasoning here. If there's any waiting, then that means that person was wrong who said there is no time in heaven. Because if there's no time, you can't be waiting. That's illogical.
You're on, oh my goodness, y'all. So
it sounds to me like that person that was saying that was like, it's like inflated time or something. It's like it's different. It's not that that you can't possibly wait in heaven because that's impossible when there's no such thing as time. But just the time's like different or whatever, you know? It's like dreaming, right? You can wait in a dream, but time doesn't really make sense in dreams, right? Like there's no structured time, right? But you can still wait. So anyway, I don't know why I'm defending this non-existent person or this lying person that said they died and came back and had an experience where they experienced the no time heaven.
You know what? How do you be careful? You keep coming here. You keep coming here.
Hey.
And you do this.
Hey, Mikey, how we doing? What's going on, dude? Doing all right? It's good to see you. There's somebody else I wasn't say hi to, and I feel like I missed it. Okay. Anyway,
Studies.
Thought I saw somebody else.
And I will make you get in the Bible. I'll do my best to shove you in it, in the Word, with the homework. Then I'll tell you, don't be Google. I can tell when y'all doing that stuff in the room. Don't be Googling crap. Don't trust Google. I showed you all things about Google.
Don't be Googling crap. Who you just asking questions like to a machine? You ask Jesus, okay? Then you just make stuff up because that was Jesus in your brain making the stuff up for you. So it's true.
Google. You can't trust Google, okay? You can't trust artificial, to a robot to teach you about God. Don't do it.
Can't trust a
okay?
robot.
Anyways, you keep coming.
This lady talks so funny. You can't trust a robot to teach you.
And study and do the studies. And I promise you, if you mean it with your heart, the Holy Spirit will give you understanding that will blow the socks clean off your big toes. Yes, he will. And that'll be God.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. I don't, that you're saying stuff like it's supposed to be a good thing, yet you're talking about my toes getting blown off. I don't think that sounds great.
God talking to you, and not just what some person assumes, all that mess.
No, yeah, it's not about that's not like the Christians thinking they're right or not people that assume anything. Yeah.
So anyway, like we had another young lady that was brand new last night. I can't pronounce her name. Emily, I don't know. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. As I get to know you, I will.
What?
But like she was like, which rightfully so. She's I've been watching you since December. I'm like, you've been watching me since December and you ain't said a word?
Did she? That's a good point. I said, didn't she say she uses Google Meet for Bible study? And yet, don't you be using it to look up information?
She ain't said a word. I didn't know she was there. But she finally started coming to the barn. She's very careful. She says who she looks.
It really weirds me out every time she started coming to the barn. It's like it sounds like it's just a random barn that people just show up to.
That's good. That's a good thing. Okay. She don't want to be confused and led astray. Good. And this is where I'll come in. And if you're here on my channel and you ain't just gonna come here, y'all. I'm not your average YouTuber and just hear me put out some words of what my opinion is on.
Wait a minute, Logan. What did Logan say? Then Brent was responding by saying it's like he was asking for a source. What is it? Oh, they released. Oh, here it is. Is that what it is? They released the tape of Epstein's cell, and it's been obviously doctored. Oh boy, here we go. now we're getting into this one. My goodness. Getting into the Illuminati killed Epstein. I don't know if it's the Illuminati, but I mean, I'm just, and I don't know about the Epstein thing. I really don't. But I mean, I see why people have all of the conspiracies about it and everything. But I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not.
Stuff and just there you go. Now I'm gonna be like, pause the video and open your Bible to this page. Pause and go do no good. Pause. I guess I try to motivate y'all to go hear God.
Trump.
Okay. And
like he said, it was Trump. Trump did it. Because and that's funny too. Because like, who was it? Fucking Elon Musk. He was the one saying that the reason they won't release the Epstein files or whatever, even though, because apparently they said they have something, right? They have some kind of something that is some sort of list or whatever, or something along those lines, or whatever, of people that have been, I guess, on the island or on the airplane, which I thought we already had all these lists, but like apparently there's like another list that I guess is more that is more conclusive or something. Like, we know a lot of the people that were on the flights all the time, but which was, and Trump was there, Bill Clinton was there, a bunch of them. I think it was like wasn't it Jerry Seinfeld? Wasn't he on there? He like was on the plane like a bunch of times or something. Am I mistaken about that? So it was somebody weird that I was just like, what? But yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, but they won't release it, the official list or whatever, because it's full of just Trump and all the people that he has in his cabinet, probably. I don't know.
Not a lot of what you get out there. They ain't got no time for y'all like that. It takes a lot of time to invest in y'all to actually teach you. Out there on YouTube land, they ain't gonna have time for y'all like that. Plus, they ain't getting no money for it. They ain't gonna do it. Ain't that something?
Said Trump doesn't have that level of competence. Fair. It's a fair argument. He's too stupid to do that.
Yeah. Well, you get it here, so you get as much of God as you want, y'all. I can't see what the world y'all saying.
Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking was on the flight logs. Although I have heard that guy was pretty bad when it came to women. I have literally heard that he was like really shitty to women.
Hi, Maisha. Hold up. Am I frozen? These comments always freeze, man, all the time. So, anyways, there you go. We got the weekend.
That's
now, listen.
what it was. That's right. It was the Maxwell lady. It was her trial. I'm sorry. I know I'm like way off of all this onto like the what y'all are talking about. I should probably get a video that has more to do with what we're talking about.
At the end of the 40 days of prayer, I think the last day is the 18th. Yes, it's the 18th. And that's on a Friday. You know what we're doing for the last day of the 40-day prayer? Anybody know what we're doing? Hi, Julie. In the barn. It's got to be in the barn.
Hi, Julie. She's walking around her yard again, and she just said hi to me.
You know what we're doing? Fasting, man.
What are you doing?
Fasting together because we're doing the church. We're talking about the church right now.
You're talking about not eating like it's something that's cool. That's kind of weird. Guess what we're doing? It's not eating. That's it. That's what we're doing. Isn't that awesome? No, it's not.
We're fasting together. You lock yourself in the barn for 24 hours, and we fast and we pray and we sing and we read and we watch stuff and we just stay together.
We watch stuff and we read and we talk to each other, sing songs.
We're together a lot in this church, y'all. Yep.
So wait, is it an actual barn? Because now it sounded like they do actually have a barn that they meet at, or is it an online barn? Like, it sounds like it's like a virtual barn, but now it's sounding like it is a real barn. I'm very confused.
Yeah, but let me explain something to you. I'm hot out here, man. Woo! It's enough to make you pass out. Oh, I didn't go back at my house, but the dogs will bark. Oh no! Ooh, it's too hot. Oh my goodness, man. Whoo! I'm telling you, I'm going to heaven. I ain't going to hell for nobody. Forget I'm not going to hell. Forget it. No, baby. See, you're hot out there.
Because she's like, heat's bad. So therefore, I would rather not go to hell.
Look, my little ones ain't going to let me talk, are you? Y'all ain't going to let me talk.
Okay.
But you will if you just want to come in here.
It's like the 24 hours locked in a van. Or locked in a barn. Those chickens are gonna look delicious. That is a good point. Yeah, they're gonna look like fried chickens just walking around, like cartoons. When they look at the chicken for too long and it turns into a fried chicken, it's like steaming and everything.
It's too hot. Hold on a minute. It's really hot out there. Woo! Try to get like a dizzy.
Oh my gosh, Davey's imagine her being your next door neighbor. I couldn't. I couldn't imagine that. That would be awful. Wow. I'd be staying inside all the time, just forever.
It's no joke, y'all. And you know what?
Yeah, like that.
It's only just begun. I think today.
Yeah, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is that horror film? You know,
It's the first day of summer.
it's just with them, a leather. It's a very progressive. It's a woman leather face.
Today or yesterday, man. It's only just begun, and it gets hotter from here, man. Woo! So listen.
I wonder if she's in Florida. I'm seeing like a lot of like crabs and stuff on the wall. I don't know if that means they're in Florida, but like just coastal stuff.
The bottom line is, y'all got to make sure that you are you have stuff in your
There's an anchor back up there. I don't know. It's just a lot of Florida shit has stuff like that.
ducks are lined up, y'all, in case your power goes out. I tell this to my grandkids, to my kids who are now adults, my grandkids, and if you can, and you have to, okay, you have to make it work, okay. I'm not a financial advisor, and far from it. Matter of fact, before this husband right here, which has been 28 years now, I was homeless for a little while. So it was. I couldn't manage a hoe in a bag, man. I couldn't manage anything.
You couldn't manage a hoe in a bag? What the fuck? What kind of lingo is this? What is happening?
And God has taught me how, and so is my husband too, how to manage everything. God's taught me how to manage stuff, y'all. It's just amazing what he's taught me. Oh my goodness, man.
Oh, 20 out of 10. Said Leatherface was based on Ed Gein, which I did know that. I knew that one. Kind of. I mean, it didn't. Well, anyway, we'll get back. I'll get back to that in a second. But Ed Gein, and before it was understood, Ed was actually trans. So Leatherface, therefore, was therefore a woman. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you're actually right on that one. On the Leatherface being a woman. Yeah, wasn't there? Okay, because was Ed Gein, was he in Texas? I don't know. I know Marcus Parks really likes Ed Gein, and the episode of Last Podcast on the Left. That's the only way I know about serial killer stuff. Is Last Podcast on the Left. And they, the one with Ed Gein was really great. It was phenomenal. He was, except that Marcus is a little bit too into it. It's kind of weird. Kind of freaks me out a little bit. You know, I don't feel like you should like a serial killer that much. You know what I mean? It's kind of just, it's like, I don't know. It's just, it seems strange.
And I thought that I had it together from just my husband showing me stuff, but no, then God came in and showed me some more, man. And I'm like, woo! I was so untogether before.
I think you're still untogether, lady. Okay, that was really funny. Oh my God. She's like, I couldn't manage a hoe in a bag until my husband came. And then I thought I had it together, but then God made me like extra together. I was so untogether.
Ain't funny. But I teach my kids and grandkids that even like if you're making $300 a week, it don't matter what it is, whatever your paycheck is, save some of it, man. Put some of it back. Put that Big Mac down. Put something down.
That's it. Yeah, save the Big Mac money. You know, you don't need to eat food.
Okay, put it down and save it. Stick something away and don't touch it.
And if you want to stick something away, but you do want to touch it, I don't know, y'all. You know, don't look at me like that. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter code word Brentley at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item. 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word Brentley. That's BRENTLY at checkout. Get your exclusive offer. Adamandeve.com is America's #1 adult toy dispensary. Save yourself a trip to that sticky goddamn store and just have your adult toys sent direct. The packaging is discreet. The packages come quickly, and so can you. Go to adamandeve.com. Enter that code word friendly. All right. And if you want to support the show, you can support us by supporting our sponsor, adamandeve.com, or you can do a bunch of other crap. You know, you can become a patron at patreon.com/punkapostate. You can do a one-time thing of payment on Cash App if you want. You don't want something coming out of your account. Totally get that. Our cash tag is punkapostate. You can also become a member, which is probably your best bet, and you get an extra live stream tomorrow that's just for y'all. You know, and it's much more interactive, I gotta say. And I kind of let the members sort of drive it as much as possible. And I can get to, you know, it's kind of more, well, yeah, it's just, I can get to all the comments. Like it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, become a member and hang out in the members only live stream that we're doing tomorrow. Same time, same place, but it's for members only. So yeah, become a member. Yeah, or you can email me at punkapostate@gmail.com. You can also join the Discord if you want to give me suggestions, like for, you know, like what we did today. Yeah, hit me up. Become or just join the Discord, and then you can just pop suggestions into the Fundie Tube. What is it? Fucking something like, anyway. Yeah, I think it's Fundie Tube suggestions, and it's on Discord. And I love hearing from y'all what you think we should hang out to, because that's really what this is. You know, it's more just about hanging out together. And we just need something to watch while we hang out. Anyway, but yeah, so you should do that. Just and you can also email me suggestions too. I do, you know, or if you want to just tell me something, or if I get anything wrong, I always appreciate getting some emails and letting me know if I'm incorrect about it. But you got to come with facts. You got to come with evidence, okay? Because I keep getting people telling me I'm wrong, and then the stuff they say I'm wrong about, they're actually wrong, and then I provide them with the evidence that they're anyway. But you can also join the Discord. You can also follow me on all the socials. All the links will be below. But yeah, but the main thing though is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate, and we will see you next time. I'm